Hello and welcome to the video lecture series brought to you by St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. My name is Ravinder. I am an assistant professor with PTC department. And in this video lecture series, we are discussing the subject called Data Structures 2. And yesterday we have started talking about radix sort. We haven't talked actually about the radix sort, but we have talked about uh, a helping sorting algorithm, that is counting sort, and today we are going to see the application of counting sort uh, for implementing the radix sort itself. Okay, so let's see that. Let's go technically. Okay, so I have a new array here, and we are going to sort this particular array called A by the use of radix sort, and radix sort in turn will use counting sort again and again and again. And if you people haven't watched the video lecture for counting sort, I highly recommend that you people get back to the last lecture, see the counting sort, understand the counting sort, and only after that you people must look out for radix sort itself. Okay, I think you won't be able to understand the radix sort if you people haven't understand what the counting sort is. Okay, so let's start with it. Now counting sort is just an application of the radix sort is just an application of counting sort, but instead of applying it to the complete number, we are going to apply the counting sort for each radix. Okay, so let me first explain what I'm trying to. Let's say we have a number called 199, and it is actually present in our array. There it is. So I'm going to explain what I'm trying to say. So first we are, as you know that this could be written as, let's say 100 and plus 90 and plus 9. Okay, now this 100, inside this 100, 1 is the at the 100th place. So 1 is actually the sorry, hundredths place. Okay, and this 9 is actually at the 10th place. So 9 is actually at the 10th place, and last 9, that is this one, is actually at the ones place. Sorry. Okay, now this 9 is actually, last 9 is actually at ones place, and these are called radixes. So that is why we call this particular sort the radix sort, because we are going to apply the counting sort to each radix one by one. So what I am trying to say here is, first we are going to apply the counting sort to the ones place digit of each number. Okay, then we are going to apply the counting sort. After we have sorted the first pass, we are going to apply the counting sort to the second place, that is 10th place digits of the numbers. And after that we have sorted that according to the second radix, we are going to again apply the counting sort to the 100th place digit of the numbers. So we will have almost 3 passes of counting sort to be performed on each radix of each number. Okay, so first pass will be for the ones place digits of all those numbers, second pass will be for the second 10th place digits, and third pass will be for the 100th page digits. I am sorry for this. Okay, so I think you people have got the idea what I am trying to say here. So again, let me again tell you, one more time I will tell you. And the first pass, we are going to choose the radix that is at the 1th place. So please listen carefully. In the 199, this last 9 is at the 1th place. The second 9 is at the 10th place. And this 1 is at the 100th place. Similarly, let's take a different one. In this 231, this 1 is at the 1th place. This 3 is at the 10th place. this 2 is at the 100th place. You must have gone through this in your second or third standard mathematics book. It's not quite that complicated. So first, as you people have seen in the last lecture, we have applied the counting sort to the numbers from 0 to 9, because all we have is 0 to 9 different numbers in our mathematics. So we have to apply the count in this particular case in the first pass. When we apply the counting sort on the ones digits of all the numbers in the array, so those ones digits will be 9, 7, 5, 1, 1, 8, 0, 0, 8, and 2. Okay, so I think you people must have understand on which digits we are going to apply the counting sort in the first pass. So let's start our counting sort. Uh, you can do this while doing the let's say radix sort. You can do this. You can first call a function which will tell us the maximum number. So if maximum number is actually consists of 3 digits, then all the radix sort is going to call the counting sort 3 times. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is, if the largest number in your array is, let's say, 1998 or 1979, then the counting sort will be first applied to the 1th place, at the 10th place next, at the 100th place next, and at the 1000th place next. Let's suppose if question arises to your mind that my array is like something like 1 and 1979, so you can assume that this is also actually legal 1. So you can append 0 in the front of the number, not at the behind of the number. Okay. So this 1979 is a 4-digit number now, and this 1 is also a 4-digit number now. The only difference is at the 1000th place, 1979 has actually 1, and at the 1000th place, this 1 has only 0. Okay, so first counting sort will be applied to 9 and 1. After it has sorted out, it will be applied to all the 10th places, that is this and this. After that pass, it will apply to this place and at this place, that is 100th place digits, and in the last count pass, it will be applied to 1000th place digits, that is this 1 and 0 in this case. So the largest number in the array will tell you how many digits are there in that number. Okay, and that intel will tell you how many times the radix sort is actually going to call the counting sort. Okay, so that is why it is essential to find the largest number in the array first, and that will tell you how many digits are there in that particular number, and the total digits in that particular number will tell you that how many times the for loop will be applied, and each iteration of the for loop, the counting sort will be applied to the sorted array or the array. Okay, so let's begin with the applying the counting sort. So as you recall from the counting sort, we are going to see how many times each of these index numbers has frequency in this particular array at the 1th place. So let us count how many times 9 has appeared at the 1th place. So 1 and okay, only 1 time. So at the place of 9, I will assign 1. So let's go for 8. How many times 8 has appeared at the 1th place? So 1 and 2, and I think that is it. So 2. And let's say 7. So 1 I can see, and nonetheless, nothing else. 1 and 6. So no number has 6 at the 1th place. So I'll assign it as 0. Okay. And 5. So 5, okay, 1 time 5 is here. So I'll place 1. So in that way, we'll be doing that. Okay, I will show you the first pass in detail, and after that I will just speed up the process because we are going to do the same process again and again. Okay, so for 4, let's see at 1th place how many 4s are there. Okay, no, so we'll add 0 here. And let's say how many numbers have 3 at their 1th place. No one. I have 0 here and 2. This is 1 and no one. Okay, so I will have 1 here. Let's say how many numbers have 1 at their 1th place. 1 and 2. So I'll have 2 here. And let's say how many numbers in the array A has 0 at the 1th place. So 1 and 2, I think 2 is there. Okay, so our count is completed. Our count array is completed. So count array has just tell us how many times the number, which is actually the index, that is 0, has been encountered by us at the 1th place of in the array. Okay, so that is it. If you don't understand what I am trying to do here, I am a bit fast today because we have to complete 3 passes of counting sort. So if you don't recall what I am saying, I will again recommend you to get back and see the counting sort algorithm lecture again. Now we have to actually find out at which index these numbers should begin with. As you know that all the zeros must come in the starting, all the ones must come after that and all that. But we don't know what is the actual index from where they will start. So first one will be copied as such as we have done in the counting sort, and after that this plus this, 4, this plus this, 5, 5, this plus this, 5, this plus this, 5 again, this plus this, 6, this plus this, 6 again, okay, 6 plus 1 is 7, and 7 plus 2 is 9, sorry, 7 plus 2 is 9, and 9 plus 1 is 10. Okay, now we are in the last leg of first iteration of the for loop. So first application of counting sort is going to be completed. So let's start from the end as we have done in the counting sort again. Will this for the last element of array A is 199. The digit at its 1th place is 9. So we'll go to my count and index 9, and I will see what is the index, what is the element there, and this element -1 will actually tell us the place inside this BR. So again I will repeat that. The last element of this array is A. I am going to traverse from last to the first. So from this to this to this to this to this way. So I am at the last element. The digit at the 1th place is 9. I will go to my count. I will look out for the index 9, and at the index 9 we have a value 10, and this 10, anything which is been written here -1 is the index in the B array from where I have to store this number. So it has been written here 10. So 10 minus 1 is 9. At the 9th place I have to store 199, and I will reduce this to 9 because I have just reduced it by -1. Now next number at the 1th place we have 7. I will go to 7th index. It has been written 7 here. Now 7 minus 1 is 6. So I'll go to 6th place and write 677 here. And I will reduce this also to 6. Okay. Next, at the 1th place we have 5. I will go to index number 5. It has been written 6 here. 6 minus 1 is 5. So at the 5th index I will write 45 and reduce it to 5 also. Okay, actually you have to, in the code it will be reduced first and after that, but I am doing it for my convenience. Okay, now next I am at this element 11. At the 1th place it is 1, so I will go to index number 1 of the my count. At index number 1 we have written 4. Now 4 minus 1 is 3, so at the 3rd index of B I will store this 11 and reduce it by 1. Okay, next I have 231. 231 has at 1th place the the number, the digit at the 1th place is 1. So I'll again go to my count and in index 1, it has been written 3 here. So 3 minus 1 is 2. Now the index number 2 of B, I will write here 231 and I will also reduce it to 2. Next is 88. The 1th digit is 8. I will go to index number 8. It has been written 9 here. Now 9 minus 1 is 8. So I'll go to 8th index of B and I will write 88 here. Okay, and I will reduce it to 8. Okay, and next I'll go to 90. 90 has 0 at the 1th place, so I'll go to the 0th index of my count. It has been written there 2, so 2 minus 1 is 1. I will go to index 1 of B and write 90 here and I will reduce it to 1. Next we'll add the 530. Again in the 530 at the 0th place we have the digit 0, so I'll go again to index 0. It has been written 1 here. Now 1 minus 1 is 0. I will go to index 0 and write this 530 here. Okay, now and reduce it to 0 again. Now I am going at 8. Now 8 at the 1th place has value 8 itself. I will go to index number 8. It has been written 8 here, so 8 minus 1 is 7. I will go to 7th index and 7th index I will write 8 and reduce it to 7. Next I am at 432. Now 432 has 2 at the 1th index. I will go to index number 2. It has been written 5 years. 5 minus 1 is 4. At the 4th index of B, I will write 432. Okay, and I will reduce it to 4. Now this B is actually your A after one pass of for loop. So this complete here, this complete is actually one pass of for loop. Okay, so I'll try to, yeah, so this is first and okay, first pass. So this is my first pass from here to here. This is my first pass. So in the first pass, the counting sort has been applied to the 1th place digits of all the numbers inside the array A. Okay. Now I have to repeat that again. So I will just copy this all stuff, Control C, and let's go below. Not that below, but yeah. Shit. I have to again copy it. Control C and yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'll first erase all these because we are at the second pass now. So 0, 0. And in this also 0. And in this one also I'll just delete the stuff. Okay. Now this is going to be my second pass actually. This is going to be my second pass. Okay, and in the second pass the array I have to sort is this B actually. So you can do by while coding, what you can do is you can copy this B into A. So you don't have to write the code again. Okay. So at the end of the for loop, what you will do is you will copy all the elements of B into all the elements of A. Again, the count if you will go inside the iteration and you will start the loop there. So again, we have to apply the counting sort, but this time I have to apply it at the 10th place digit. So in 199, the 10th place digit is 9. In 088, the 10th place digit is 8. In 008, the 10th place digit is 0. Okay, I have applied 2 0. You have to assume 2 zeros here. In 677, the 10th place digit is 7. In 045, the 10th place digit is 4. In 432, 10th place digit is 3. In this, 1, 3, 9, 3. I think you people have got the idea. So quickly I will do this pass. I think again we'll write, I'll write this count and my count, and let's again do this as B. Okay, so how many times 0 have occurred at the 10th place in this array? Let's count. 1. Okay, only 1. So I'll update this as 1. And how many times 1 has occurred at the 10th place? 1. Okay, 1 only. So I'll update this as 1. And how many times 2 has occurred in this array at the 10th place? Okay, nowhere. So I'll keep it as 0. Like 3, 1, 2, 3. So 3 times. So I will apply 3. Okay. So in that way, we'll be doing that 1 time, and 7 has occurred 1 time, 8 has occurred 1 time, and this 9 has occurred 2 times. Okay. So let's go ahead, my count again. First element will be same. Now this 1 plus 1 will be equal to 2, 2 plus 0 will be equal to 2, this 2 plus 3 will be equal to 5, 5 plus 1 will be equal to 6, 6 plus 0 will be equal to 6, 6 plus 0 will be equal to 6, and this 6 plus 1 equal to 7, 7 plus 1 will be equal to 8, and this 8 plus 2 will be equal to 10. Okay, now again the same procedure. In 199 at the 10th place I have element 9, so I'll go to my count, index 9. It has been written 10 here, 10 minus 1 is 9, so I'll go to index number 9 of B and write 199 here. So I'm done with it. Similarly, I'll go to next element, that is 88. In the 0, 8, 8, 8 is the 10th element. I'll go to my count, index number 8. It has been written 8 here. I will also reduce it to 9. It has been written 8 here. 8 minus 1 is 7. So I will start with 7 and I will write 88. And I also reduce it to 7. Okay. So this way I will just write all the elements. I have done this problem. You can again do this again. So I'll just write those elements. It will save us time. 8 and 30 and 231, and after that 432 and 045 and 677 and 90. Okay, so we are done with the second pass actually. Okay, now we have again to begin with the second pass, third pass. In the third pass, again let me just copy this stuff here, Control C, and I'll begin from here, Control V. Okay, now this time your A, let me rename it now to A. This is what you have to do in the first place. This is your B. Again, I'll just remove all these values. And these also. Now as you can see, we are at the last pass of the radix sort, the for loop, at the last iteration of the for loop, that is the third iteration, and this is the last time we are going to apply counting sort, but this time at the 100th place numbers. At the 100th place numbers. So as you can see in the 8 or the 008, the 100th place number is 0. In the 011, 100th place number is 0. Digit is again 0, and 530 the digit at the 100th place is 5, in this is 2, 4, 0, 6, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so let's have a count. How many times 0 have occurred is actually 5. 5 because 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can assume this is not 90, this is 090, and this is 080. Okay, you can assume like that. So I'll write all those 1, 1, and then again 0, and then 1, 1, 1, and in the end all the zeros. So I'll update this again. This is counting sort in action in the third iteration actually. So first one will remain the same, 5 plus 1. So 5 plus 1 is actually 6, and 6 plus 1 is actually 7, and 7 plus 0 is actually 7, and 7 plus 1 is actually 8, and 8 plus 1 is actually 9, and 9 plus 1 is actually 10, and 10 plus 0 is actually 10, and 10 plus 0 is actually 10, or you can left them to 0 because they are not going to encounter the 10 plus 0 is equal to 10. So again, I have to update this b in according to the 100th place digit in the number. So I will start with the last element. In the last element, that is 199, the digit at the 100th place is actually 1. So I'll go to 1. It has been written 6 here. 6 minus 1 is 5. So I go to the index number 5 of b, and I will write here 199 and reduce it to 5. Okay. Now in the 90, it's going to be 0. The digit at the 100th place, it has been written here 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So let's do it 4 first. And at the 4th, let's write this number 90. Okay. And 88, again add the 0. First reduce it by 1, that is 3. And at the 3, I'm going to write 88. Okay. Now in 677, the number is actually 6. It has been written here 10. I'll reduce it to 9, and I'll write here 677. In 45, again 0. It's been written here 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Add the 2. Let's write 45. And at 432, the digit is 4. Add the 100th place, I'll go to 4. Written here is 8. I'll reduce it to 1, that is 7. And at the 7th place, I'll write 432. And 231 is it is 2. So I'll go to 2. It has been written here 7. I'll reduce it to 1, that is 6. At the 6th place, I'll write 231. And next 530. The digit is 5. At the 100th place, I'll go to 5. It has been written here 9. I'll get it to 8. At the 8th place, I'll write 530. Okay. Now it has been 011. So 0 again. It has been written here 2. I'll reduce it to 1. And the 1 I'll write 11. Now at the last, we have 8. Again, the 100th place is 0. 0. It has been written 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. I'll put it 0 and write here 8. And as you can see, we have sorted the array. So this will be copied to A. I'll write here A. Now this array A has been sorted out. Now this is your radix sort. Radix sort is just an application of counting sort to the each of the radix. So as many digits in the number, in the maximum number in your array, as many times the counting sort will be called, and counting sort will be applied to the each placed number of the all each placed digit of all the numbers in your array. So I'll end this lecture now. In the next lecture, I'm going to show you the actual algorithm for a few seconds, and we'll also see any other algorithm or sorting algorithm also. Thank you.